Most of Acura's recent sales success has been in the CUV category, the RDXs and the MDXs, but it wants to sell more sedans, and it wants to re-emphasize Honda Acura's motorsports heritage. With the help of Peter Cunningham's real-time racing team, it has taken the TLX to the track. This car, the race car behind us, has the familiar Acura 3.5-liter V6, but with twin turbos tuned to 600 horsepower and the engine placed longitudinally instead of transversely. It's still an all-wheel drive car. It's a very different kind of race car against some of those competitors on the track. Fortunately, Peter Cunningham has allowed Honda and Acura bring some journalists to the Gingerman Raceway and let us take the car on the track. Acura PR convinced me I'm experienced enough to be Automobile Magazine's rep and make it around the 11-turn circuit without bending or blowing up a car. Motor Trend sent Randy Popst, the race car driver. After 3 laps in the stock TLX with super handling all-wheel drive, yes, they handle like rear-wheel drive cars, I get in line for one of the real-time cars. Break it, and Cunningham spends the next 3 weeks putting it back together in time for the Pirelli World Challenge at Road America. Once you're belted in and helmeted, the handler slides the steering wheel onto its shaft. He flips a few of what seem like 100 toggle switches on the center console and explains how to kill the ignition, just in case. Depress the clutch pedal and press the ignition button on the steering wheel. Toggle the left paddle to find reverse. You can't partially engage the clutch and then press the pedal back to the floor without killing the engine. Once backed up, depress the clutch pedal and toggle the right paddle to engage first and launch it out of the pits and onto the race course. Don't worry about that clutch pedal again until you pit. This thing with the clutch is the hardest part of driving the Acura TLX GT. Second hardest thing to do is to bounce off the curbing in the corners and race like you know what you're doing. You are not Randy Popst. Third hardest thing to do is not drive it like a South Florida retiree. I go with South Florida retiree and never let the digital rev counter get into the 7,050 RPM red line's red dots. I'm lugging it a bit, and the 3.5 feels like it's naturally aspirated, building up speed quickly but smoothly. Turn-in is super quick, and the astounding grip might make you think briefly, hey, perhaps I can drive this like an asshole and show off my skills to those otherwise unimpressed professional drivers. On Gingerman's back straight, I get to 5th. It feels good as the wind whips through the netted driver's side window to keep me cool in my borrowed fireproof suit and helmet. After 3 laps, it's over. But I'm so confident now that I jump right back into the other car and go out and execute some perfectly placed hot lap. No, wait, that's Randy Popst. But I go out again after lunch feeling more confident, running close to the red line and giving it the stick on the back straight. This time I can feel the turbos kick in between turns 2 and 3, and again coming out of 3 toward the kink. This time I use as much of the track as reasonable and carry as much speed through the 11 corners without finding the curbs or the grass. So there you have it. I brought Peter Cunningham's car back into the pits with no scratches. I'm happy for that, and had a good experience with both the street version of the Acura TLX and the Acura TLX GT here at Gingerman.